let's move on to Miss Marvel.
Let's
Uh,
do that.
let's do a
Miss
nice little
Marvel is
recap
good.
of that show. I know you say you got some notes, so
Yeah.
before you go over your nice and laid out notes, because I did not take notes. Um, the one thing that I think everybody is hype about out of the whole show. So just so that y'all know, we're recapping the entire show. I know we didn't keep up doing the episode at a time. But we think with these Disney Plus little mini series, I think it's safe to call them. We felt like it's better to just recap them as a whole when they're done instead of going episode at a time because they're not gonna go 20 episodes like we've seen 8, 6. You know what I'm saying? So
We
we'll
have
just
seen 12, but
yeah,
yeah,
12.
it's
Yeah,
not.
it's not gonna go too long. So we'll just recap them at the end. We feel like that's a little bit better. So yeah, Miss Marvel, this is like just a recap of the whole show, just so that y'all know. Um I think the main thing that everybody's excited for, which we already got some foreshadowing in Multiverse of Madness, Multiverse of Madness with Professor Xavier, but they dropped the M bomb. They dropped mutant, or I guess he said mutation. But they dropped the M bomb. So I personally, I'm the most excited about that. Carol Danvers, that little teaser at the end, like I wasn't really too hyped up about that only because one, I feel like they're watering down Captain Marvel for sure. She should have been way more involved in Infinity Wars and Endgame, and she wasn't. So they're definitely watering her down. They kind of have to because she's as strong as she is, but at the same time, like I feel like her character is on like an Iron Man level. Like I feel like she can carry the show for a while.
The universe, yeah,
Like
for
me
sure.
personally, like I feel like she could carry it. Now they're going more with like Doctor Strange and things like that. But I feel like Captain Marvel, she can carry the next phase. Me personally, that's how I feel. Like she's strong enough, she's significant enough, she's diverse. She can be in multiple worlds, multiple planets. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she can carry a whole phase the way they did with Robert Downey Jr. Are they going to do that? I don't know. Um, Robert Downey Jr. In all fairness is a phenomenal actor. If we're talking about just him as an actor compared to I don't know the lady's name that plays Carol Danvers. But Robert Downey Jr. just as an actor, like he already had the reputation to carry, a show and a series where this would be her first time. That's the only difference. But I feel like she can. I feel like she can do it. Um, I'm excited for mutants, like the X-Men tie-in. Like I'm a big. I'm not gonna say huge. I'm a pretty like good X-Men fan. I grew up watching the animated series in the '90s, and then they re-released one in the 2000s. I've watched through both of those, both when they were airing and as an adult. Like I've gone back rewatched through them. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm definitely a fan. Um, which also ties into my theory that either A, Wanda's not dead, or B, um, they're gonna pull a Wanda from a different universe because if they pull Magneto into this, I don't see them doing that without his daughter somehow being in the mix. So I don't know how far they're gonna go with it. They could, go in a completely different direction and bring in new mutants, you know what I'm saying? Like a next phase of mutants. Like
Well, we don't even know if the mutants are connected, like X-Men are connected to.
no, we do because of Xavier.
Yeah, well, no. I'm not saying that. I'm saying we don't know if they're gonna cross join, her story with like X-Men mutants, but we'll see. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I thought it was cool. You know what I mean?
But
I
focus
huh?
yeah, focusing specifically on Miss Marvel. I kind of liked. I don't know if this makes me corny, but I kind of liked Nightlight. Like I thought Nightlight was type fire.
Nah,
I thought it was. I was like like it was catchy. Like it was. They
nah,
kept like frowning at it, but I'm like, it was like,
nah.
who rescued you? Nightlight. I was like, yo,
Nah, I mean,
I thought it was cool, but like Miss Marvel feels like, you know, like they was saying it in a joking way, but there's already a Captain Marvel.
well, yeah, but I
So
mean,
like,
I felt as though it was good though. You know what I mean? Overall, like, I like the name Miss Marvel because it had a background because of her name, Kamala. It's Marvel, like her.
mhm,
Kamala means like a marvel, like something that's unique, something that's
mhm.
different. So I like how they did that. I mean, the show was good. I mean, in a perspective and a background that none of us know nothing about, like Pakistani culture,
Right, right. The culture was great.
Israeli culture. You know what I
Culture was
mean?
great.
Um, I thought it was cool to get information about like well, I don't think jinns or gods or anything like that. I think they're just beings. They're as they said, they're like it's like a genie. They could either be good or they could either be bad. It's all kind of perspective.
Well, specifically, we're focusing on one specific group. They said it in that
Yeah,
scene.
the Constantines.
Yeah, there's one group that got like banished or whatever, and they're trying to get back home. So like
But I like how
that specific group.
I like how they put her in there as like, oh well, this is your heritage. Like you are a jinn. You have powers. Like you just needed the proof of that bangle working is that shows that she is a jinn. I thought the story was great, to be honest. Like having the Constantines in there,
Hmm.
having her on both sides of the spectrum, her being chased by the Constantines because they want to go home, but them not getting to that end point, I thought that was interesting. Because they were trying to push hard to get the Bangle to freaking open up the portal, but the portal wasn't gonna allow them through.
Right,
So
right,
I
right.
I, I thought that was interesting because you would think, okay, well they're trying all of this to not die and go back to the other side, but it made sense. It's like, oh
Well,
well,
is that and it was the whole like there was this unknown, and they never really fully addressed it, but there was this whole like unknown situation with her power where it was like if we unleash too much of it or if it goes out of control, like it could destroy our world type of thing. And I really liked when they showed her like get that information and embrace it. Like, yo, so maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Like that showed a consciousness and a maturity, like to me, because we've been watching her. My fault. We've been watching her as a kid go through like just a quick sequence of childhood
and to
into
being an adult,
yeah into young
young
adulthood. So
adulthood.
I was waiting for that decision or that switch to be like, yo, this is serious, and I need to make like a mature decision. So that to me showed like, oh, so she's not just gonna help whoever asks for help. She's actually thinking things through, and she gets new information. She makes new decisions. Um, can I say that the costume's fire?
It is. It
The
is.
costume is fire.
And it's
Like,
fire for a few reasons. One reason is because of the her mom saw the necklace and then made the S. I thought that was cool. And the second
yeah,
reason is because it's like it shows her culture. You know what I mean?
yeah.
As a hero. Like sh- I don't think there would be any other outfit that's fitting for her for her other than that one.
Me personally, I just hate the fact, and I gotta go back to see if it was every scene, but I'm pretty sure she's wearing like regular Converse
Yeah, she
with the
was.
costume.
Yeah, I mean, she made
like,
she
like
made
I
her
don't think they're
flats.
actually like showing the brand, but you
No,
know,
they're not. It's like red shoes,
but
like
they're
red
basically
shoes.
Converse looking like sneakers. So I thought that
But
was kind
I
of
but,
funny.
but, but nah, but you gotta respect it because it's like she is who she is. Like she got the costume. It really shows who she is as a character. But her personality is like yo, I like jeans. I like jeans. I like sneakers. Like it shows that she's like a city kid. Because if she was
Yeah.
really fully rooted as like a Pakistani,
Like
Indian
Pakistani Muslim.
kid,
Yeah,
like if she was really into that vibe, then she wouldn't wear sneakers.
that's
She'd
true.
she'd wear she'd wear shoes.
Whatever traditional shoes they may
Yeah,
wear. Yeah,
whatever's out there. But I like the fact that that showed that okay, I'm from my hood. Like I may not have the traditional shoes, but I'm showing that I'm unique. And as a hero, you need uniqueness. A lot of people, they gravitate to that unique value, or that value where people are like, I'm myself. I'm a hero, but I am me.
right.
And I thought that was cool. I thought that was a nice little touch there. Um, to be honest, the show was great. The only question I had while going through the show was, who the fuck was this organization that with the robots trying to, like, I just didn't understand that part. That
Yeah. I got you. I did my homework. I did my Googles. I did my
because they
research.
never really explain all of that shit.
Long
They
the long and short of it is, they are, what are they? The Department of,
of cleanup or some shit.
yeah, disaster cleanup, something cleanup disaster. It's like DODC, something like that. Department of Disaster Cleanup. I think that's what it is. A DOD.
Yeah, yeah, DODC.
Yeah. So this is where it gets all right. Super spoiler here. Super spoiler. If you haven't watched the animated X-Men series, any of them, the '90s one doesn't focus too much on it till the end. But if you've watched any of the X-Men animated series, um, there's a department or a group or agency or organization dedicated to hunting down mutants, and I feel like they're gonna turn into that. So
Ah,
that's me predicting. I could be completely wrong, but I feel like they're gonna turn into that. Anyway, what they are as of right now is exactly what their name is. So anytime there's a world crisis in terms of like something supernatural happening, they are in charge of the cleanup. Um, from my research, they were actually established in was it Age of Ultron? So like after, no, not Age of Ultron. Avengers, the first Avengers. The first Avengers movie where Loki was the bad guy. Um After all of that happened, they had this department of disaster cleanup dedicated to cleaning up New York City. So what happened was that department became full time, so that anytime something happens, they're the ones, they come over, like not Shield, not the regular authorities, like they're a specific group of people that they come through and they clean up. What happened in Spider-Man Homecoming, which is the other time that we see them heavy, and Homecoming, they start abusing their powers. So on Homecoming, they pulled up to Peter's crib with a badge, and they was like, "We got a right to come into the house." And they were like, and Aunt May was like, "Well, that's unreasonable search and seizure or whatever," and they came in anyway. And then those are the same people that shot up Aunt May. Like it's the same like group of people. So what happened is they got too power hungry, probably got too big of a budget from wherever they bread come from, and they started abusing their power. So this is that same group. Now the whole social media twist of Miss Marvel is going to be interesting because that basically ruined their public image. You know what I'm saying? The main lady that was in charge of it, she got fired. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what they're gonna do with it, but that whole social media part of it, where the friend, had people come and like see what was going on at the end, um, that was big because that ruined the public image of what they do. And then the lady got fired. The evil lady that was in charge of them, she got fired. So the department is still gonna be there, but I don't know what they're gonna turn into. And they're not. There's two sides of it, so they're not necessarily bad, right? But they are trying to prevent disasters by tracking down, people with powers and people that are causing trouble, essentially. So Miss Marvel, when she tried to save the kid from the tower, like she saved him, but she did a lot of damage too. You know what I'm saying? So the other side of it is like, how do we minimize the damage that's happening? Well, we'll just hunt them down. So that's who they are, and I don't know who they're going to be moving forward after this show. But that's who they are throughout the show, based off based off my research. But yeah, they could turn into those animated shows are great. There's two of them that quasi tie into each other, and I'd highly recommend the 2001. There's two that came out in the 2000s, and they kind of tie into each other. I'd recommend it if you haven't seen it. But it was great. How did you feel about the whole Carol Danvers thing at the end, though?
I didn't watch that part.
Okay.
You mean at the end of the episode, the last episode?
At the end of the last episode, they did a little.
Oh no, I didn't even watch that
credits. Shit. Oh no, you good, you good. So basically, at the end, can I tell you? Or
yeah, go.
Yeah, basically at the end, Miss Marvel's in her room, and the bangle starts lighting up, and she gets up and she looks at it, and out of nowhere, she like gets sucked into her closet, and then like Carol Danvers comes out the closet, and she's looking around like, where am I? And low key, the animation of like Miss Marvel disappearing, that animation looked like the smoke, like it was like a smoky misty type thing. It looked like the same smoky misty type thing that Nightcrawler has in X-Men. So I could be wrong. Like I said, I could be wrong, but when Nightcrawler like poofs, there's this like bluish like smoky misty thing that appears. It looked like that. Now I could very well be wrong, but if they pull Nightcrawler into this, that would be fire. Nightcrawler was my favorite X-Men as a kid.
Yeah, Nightcrawler's sick.
So that would be fire. Outside of that, I'm ready for them to start pushing this phase. Like these miniseries have been nice, but let's, you know what I'm saying? They got a lot of competition coming off of Endgame. You know what I'm saying? Phase 4 was Brolic. Or
phase 4 hasn't finished yet. Phase 4.
Yeah, phase 3 was Brolic. So they need to start getting up with these like these actual movies, because not Ragnarok, Love and Thunder was like, like they need to start really, like we need a hit. Like I don't know if they're gonna do Black Panther 2 or She-Hulk.
Well, no, I mean, bro, they all the information for phase 4, 5, and 6 is already online. I mean, the end of phase 4 is gonna be Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. That's in November. So after that, then we're starting to get.
I need a haymaker. Like we haven't in this whole phase, we haven't gotten that. Like, yo, I gotta rewatch that. Like there hasn't been a movie or a show that's been like, yo, I gotta go back.
Well, I mean, maybe Wakanda Forever is probably going to be that haymaker. I think.
I mean, so. Yeah.
I mean, the first one was great. You know what I mean? Rest in peace, my boy Chadwick. Honestly, this shit weird. I was watching the trailer and I felt sad as shit because everybody's like, damn, we lost T'Challa on some shit. But
yeah.
You know, I really love to see how they take the movie going forward, and they you know, they push forward in that Black Panther universe. But I mean, I think that'll be one. I mean, bro, you know, if I feel as though there's not a lot of movies coming out soon, so that may be why. But there's a lot of TV shows that are gonna be fucking coming out swinging. Like, You got fucking Loki season 2 coming out in 2023. You got a whole bunch of shows that we just gotta wait for. And the movies, we may get more movies, but at the moment it's only a certain amount. So it's just one of those things. Just waiting.